Alright, lads and lasses, we are here for at least a second episode of Brutal Doom 64. I am enjoying this game immensely, actually. Especially on survival horror difficulty, and that blew him up. Let's switch back to the pistol. Actually, no, we can't. And we just got killed by a nightmare amp. See, that I don't mind. I do not mind that because I was not paying attention. I was not prepared. But, yeah. When last we left off, I was getting political about certain things. But, you know, I think it's time somebody does complain about this stuff. Somebody does say something about it, you know? It's always good to... Okay, we do not need to use the double barrel, then. We will actually hardly have any shells. Let's just use the chain gun. Chain gun should allow us to kill those nightmare imps. Now, those nightmare imps are pretty cool. I do know that there were several different types of imps in the original game. I'm not sure if they were quite this well animated in this fluid, but with them doing the kind of damage they do and me as hurt as I am, how did I get to 60 health? Oh, there's a health pack in there. But yeah, I still, to this day, and I've mentioned this in other Let's Plays, and I'll always mention it, I love health pack, health systems, because, you know, they just work so much better than regenerative health. You know, regenerative health just makes things way too easy. See, the thing is, I'm not a pro MLG, but I at least want some challenge. And I know there's some nightmare imps in there, so let's save before we hard charge it in here. Because it's not so much that they're hard to see, it's they're fucking invisible. No, they're damn near invisible, that's the line. From Predator Cold War. But that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Okay, I am really... Just fucking kill... Up here, kill me! That is one thing that you gotta remember about Predator, is that it's old enough that it was during the Cold War that such a thing took place. And one of the Predator comics, one of my favorite actually it's my single favorite Predator comic to be perfectly honest, takes place in Russia during the Cold War. Well, technically at the time it was the Soviet Union, but everyone just called it Russia back then. Even though that's not entirely accurate because it was made up of a bunch of different other countries other than, you know, Russia itself. But yeah, it took place there. Took place in Siberia. Pleasant indeed. But you just gotta think about it. Like, the Predator like it hot, right? It likes, like, massive amounts of humidity. You'd think they would just die in that kind of cold. But then you gotta love it. This is completely unrelated to Doom or anything else. But you gotta, god damn it, the Cackle Demons are gonna be tough in this, aren't they? Okay, this is where the bloody difficulty ramps up, doesn't it? But yeah, it's like, okay, you know, the Predator likes it hot, right? So that's entirely why they're going to Antarctica. You would think they would die almost automatically. Now, like, I can understand they've got, like, the little Predator mesh suit kind of thing to make sure that their temperature's regulated. But seriously, though, you would think they would put their... Now, the movie AVP is not really clear on a lot of things. Like, if you read the comics, then you know certain things. But if you hadn't, you wouldn't really know. My thought is this for the... now, of course, if you... Shit! I didn't save. So here's where that survival horror difficulty really comes into play, doesn't it? This is why I'm glad I'm not doing a full Let's Play of this, but just playing through it. I want to at least get a little bit further past where I got in my first impressions. But let's see, where was I? Yeah, but like the novel explains it, because I of course had to get, because I was a big fan of AVP, right? So I had to get the novel for that new movie that I was waiting so long for. But yeah, my thought is this: in AVP, the movie, instead of them being unblooded predators, I was thinking, and the video game AVP3 does do this to a degree, but I'm thinking that, like, in that continuity, well, not even in that continuity, the same rules could apply, but it would be, I think, where, shit, that's a lot of nightmare fucking imps. They're not just nightmare imps, they're nightmare fucking imps. Okay, we might not make it past this level. But, because I refuse to cheat... Okay, let's aggro them. And let's just bring them down here. Yeah, I'm gonna increase my aggro now. For 55 fighters. 620 first strike. And I got completely wasted by them. But I keep... God damn it! I keep trying to explain what I think the predators are in AVP. Essentially, since they're hunting humans, which in the original comic they couldn't do until they were already blooded, I'm thinking those are already, you know, experienced predators, and in that continuity at least, you got around me. Oh, they're teleporting behind me. Oh wait, we could do this survival horror style, where we just run past. You gotta love how it immediately, you know, started hanging up there for some reason. Once again, probably the graphics card causing it. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Okay, we can keep running. Run, 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 run. That is a lot of bloody cacos. Eat fucking chain gun, you fucking floaty fucks. Ugh. We might just complete this level and then call this a let's play. This is exactly how far I got. It would hurt me plenty. Okay, maybe we... No, because they're going to keep teleporting in. And I think that's just going to make it to what... See, that's the whole part of the difficulty here. So they're going to keep teleporting in. I kind of ran over the top of that guy. Okay, let's... save. This is not a good place to save. This is where the real challenge gets in. Yeah, this is survival horror. Run past everything instead of wasting your time to shoot, which I guess would make a degree of sense. Shit, 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 shitty, shit, shit, run! But yeah, it's where it was all highly experienced predators learning how to kill xenomorphs. That's what I'm thinking. Even though that in and of itself doesn't make any sense, because if they were that experienced, they wouldn't be that shit at it, but whatever. But whatever, man. Whatever, because that was, you know, fucking... I can't remember the guy's name now. God damn it. That was fucking, you know, not J.J. Abrams. Yeah, Kevin J. Anderson? No, that's not his name. What? I can't remember his name now. It's like I should know this guy's name, because I've seen a lot of movies. I've watched a lot of his movies. Paul W.S. Anderson. Okay, why am I dying? Because enemies are doing health damage to me. Okay, there we go. Just start trying to chip our way back here. Okay, this is not going well. Not going well at all. Ooh, that was a lucky one. Like how we have 90 health and we'll immediately lose it in 8 seconds. Still though, this is my own fault, so I'm not going to complain. Okay, we got him. See, I really need this double barrel to kill these in one hit, like that. Aw, shit. Okay, let's save. I know I only got 30 health, but fuck it, I don't care. Oh, can we do it? Yeah, I never was a big fan of Paul W.S. Anderson. I mean, I liked Event Horizon. That was like his one good movie. And of course there was, you know, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! But, you know, his AVP movie was crap, and those Resident Evils, Although, you know, ironically enough, and this is not, and I'm not complaining about it, but, like, ironically enough, they're very popular in Resident Evil's native Japan. So they like them, and I guess they probably see them as, like, a separate standalone story, whereas I kind of, like, I would like to have seen a legitimate Resident Evil movie, you know, with the original characters, like the novels, because the novels just add more to it, you know. I'd like to have seen that, but, you know, I guess we just can't have good movies. Now, apparently, Uwe Boll, or Uwe, or however you want to pronounce his name, I'll pronounce it however I wish to. We're just going to run past those guys. Look at that. He did 90 damage in one hit. Bullshit. Yeah, I know it's survival horror, but goddamn. 90 damage? No, it's 60 damage. 60 damage, one fucking hit. One hit. That's why we're going to do an easier game. Resident Evil 2. Probably not going to do all of it, but, you know, I'll just play through it a little bit. Where my chain gun be at? But yeah, where was I? Yeah, Resident Evil movies, didn't like them. I liked Resident Evil Apocalypse for one reason. And that was, oh, what was her name? Oh, that fucking key is in there. The keymaster. Vince Cortho? I bet I pronounced that wrong. And you know what? I don't care. Because Gozer was the gatekeeper or something like that. I don't remember. You know, a lot of people really like Ghostbusters way more than I did. I thought it was a good movie and all, but I was not that big a fan of it. Like, people really like Ghostbusters compared to me. It's like, it's a good show, but I just never saw it as like this godly show of amazingness. And I can understand why people would see it that way. Although I say that, and like, whenever I was always thinking of like, okay, how do you like kill a Sith? Like, full kill him, you know? So he can't come back as a Sith ghost. I was thinking like, fucking suck him up with the fucking, you know, ghost trap. That'd work. Like, how do you kill Freddy? You fucking use a fucking Ghostbuster him, you know? And then I thought of like, oh, it'd be cool to see like the Ghostbusters in power armor and stuff like that. Like, you could fucking take, like, okay, like, what about Ghostbusters versus like a demon, you know, like from 40K? Could they do that? Like, they'd be cool if they could, you know? I'd really like to. I'd like to see that. But you always gotta love those versus debates, though. Anytime somebody likes a character a lot, they'll just completely throw logic out of the window. It's like, okay, for example, the Doom guy versus a Space Marine. Apparently, the Space Marine would win all the time. Or, you know, even amongst friends of mine that I've had these versus debates with, it's like, okay, you gotta keep in mind relative strength. Okay. Now, the idea of Batman versus Superman, Batman's going to lose. Well, not necessarily. Batman's not going to win all the time. But, you know, Batman does bring some skills to it. And Superman has lost. Keep in mind. And also, you know, there is a really hilarious meme image of, like, Batman can never win against Superman. Hence why Superman's main villain is a rich guy. I guess because, you know, Batman, you know, has hair. That means he's going to lose, right? Or it's like Tony Stark versus Superman. Okay, let's face facts, ladies and gentlemen. If Lex Luthor is even a villain, which he is even a threat, which he is, then, you know, why can't Batman be a threat? Because really, Bruce is just a good version of Lex Luthor in many respects. So it's like, what the hell, ladies and gentlemen? What the hell? It's like, and Iron Man isn't that dissimilar. In fact, in some continuities, he more or less is Lex Luthor, but with hair and a mustache. You know, so it's like, to say that, god damn it, still using the Doom 3 sound effect, too, for the flying skulls. Although the Lost Souls in this look a lot like the Floss Souls. They teach you to floss by flying into you and breaking all your teeth. But anyway, They look a lot like the Lost Souls in the Realm of Lost Souls in Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, because you need the yellow key to fucking finish this level and be done with it. But yeah, relative strength is something that a lot of people seem to forget, you know, or the fact that their villains do pretty much what the superhero would do, only not as good. But then, of course, there is the versus debate about Doom guy versus the Space Marine. Apparently, the Space Marine can win every time, and the thing is, I'm thinking to myself, okay, every time aiding Space Marine, it's like, the thing is, legendary characters are going to be able to do things that a basic wouldn't be able to do. It's kind of like Spider-Man versus the Jedi. Okay, you couldn't tell me that the lowest quality Jedi, god damn it, that the lowest quality Jedi, you know, Bubba might not be stupid, but like, Bill the Jedi is going to be able to take out Spidey, okay? You got to keep in mind what Spidey has had to deal with throughout his comics career. And since that's the case, we have to ask ourselves, why exactly is Bubba going to get one up on, Bill the Jedi, there we go. How is Bill going to get one up on the Spider-Man, on the Spidey-Mans? It's like, it doesn't make much sense to me, because the Spider-Man isn't really incompetent. And then the thing is, it's like, okay, Spider-Man can be taken out by a Jedi, any Jedi. Then how did any normal people in the Star Wars universe fight against a Jedi? How did they do it? And we know from many different stories that normal people can fight and can win against a Jedi. Or better yet, how can a droid, how can HK-47 kill Jedi? How can he do it? If a superhero can't do it. That is a major question that has to be answered, and it never is. You know, it's like Master Chief versus a Jedi, saying that a Jedi would be able to kick Master Chief's ass. Okay, then how can Jango Fett, who is not a cybernetically enhanced, augmented super soldier, how can he... It's implied in his comic book that he can... partial invincibility. That probably is completely useless. In his comic book Open Seasons, how can he literally just beat the shit out of Jedi? Shouldn't he just die immediately? But apparently that's how he wins. So I don't understand it. It does not make any sense to me. Realistically, unless the Chief is going up against, say, a legendary, a mythic rare, if you will, Jedi, he should be able to win. Like, Master Chief should be able to win against just about anything. Most of the Jedi. Now, obviously, Master Chief likely can't defeat Luke because it's Luke, you know? Likely, Master Chief cannot defeat Darth Vader because, well, it's Darth Vader. Now, I don't know if I agree with Vader being able to kill Batman. It does seem like a really random battle, but it was a really cool video. I imagine Batman would have found some way to win, though. Because it's Batman. But then again, I could just be a Batman fanboy, and am. So yeah, ultimately, though, when it comes to these versus fights, you have to keep in mind, if they fight enemies on the same strength as these heroic characters, then they should at least stand some chance. Now, I would imagine Doomguy would be able to take out a regular Space Marine, somebody who's just, you know, of standard quality, but likely he wouldn't be able to take on, say, Captain Titus, or I just got completely ripped apart there and I didn't save because I'm an idiot. Likely he couldn't take on something like Captain Titus. You know, obviously the Doomguy's not going to be able to take out, you know, the immortal God Emperor of Mankind or something like that. But, once again, he's not going to be, you know, just killed instantly by anything. So that's just one thing you got to keep in mind. Because if he was, then how would he be able to win against, you know, hell, unless this is just a cleaner burning hell than usual, right? But that's just one of those things. And we only got one skip in this particular playthrough. Isn't that brilliant, ladies and gentlemen? But ultimately, you know, it just comes down to not being too much of a fanboy. Okay, did I not get the ammo in here? I guess I didn't. Oh, I bet those are yeah, those are rockets. Oh shit! Fuck me. All right, there we go. Not literally. Well, at least I blew. Oh, I didn't save again. God damn it! God damn it! And I missed that rocket. I missed that one too, and I blew myself up anyway. But yeah, Spider-Man is going to be able to take out a regular Jedi. Build a Jedi, alright? Probably ain't going to be able to take out Kyle. Probably not going to be able to take out a number of things. It's the same, but he's probably going to be able to go toe-to-toe. Basically, he should be better than Mandalorian. That's the thing you got to keep in mind. Because he has superpowers. He's better than human average. So if an average human, and Mandalorians aren't implied to be some kind of super soldier, awesomeness. Basically, a Mandalorian is supposed to be Batman, okay? Star Wars Batman. Well, technically, Corran Horn is Star Wars Batman, but you get the idea. A Mandalorian is supposed to be well-trained, well-conditioned, stuff like that. He doesn't have cybernetics. There's not a lot of cybernetics in Star Wars, for whatever reason. And yeah, there's supposed to be some kind of cultural taboo in that universe for that, but I don't know if I buy that too much. I think it's just because they don't want their non-Jedi characters getting too powerful, which makes sense. But, you know, it's like, or better yet, you know, clone troopers. Clone troopers aren't very good troops anyway, unless we're talking like ARCs or commandos. But if they can do it, you know, that's the thing. Jedi aren't all powerful, but a lot of people like to hold them up on this pedestal. And some are as powerful as they say they are, but not many. It's the same problem with that shitty God of War clone that I really, really hate. You know, non-Star Wars fans aren't going to care. That's what I was going to say. Non-Star Wars fans, people who've just seen the movies, aren't going to care about Force Unleashed. But me, okay, wait a minute. You're telling me that Star Killer guy is a million times more powerful than Luke, a million times more powerful than Vader. He's able to pull down Star Destroyers, and yet Vader is supposed to be the most powerful Jedi ever. You got fucking Palps. Palps is supposed to be the most powerful Sith Lord ever, and you don't see him doing that. It doesn't make any sense from a story perspective, you know. And the thing I always like to say with Jedi is like, okay, yeah, they're supposed to be super amazing, awesome, whatever, but it shows a poor understanding of military tactics when you say that they can take on whole armies. Because I think a lot of these writers, and I think many fans do not understand just how, you know, these battles go. You know, battles including tens of thousands of troops, you know, that really just, it boggles the mind, because you can't fight all 10,000 troops. Because you can't fight all 10,000 troops at once. There can be moving, there can be going places, there can be doing things, and you know you're not going to even be able to see all 10,000 troops at once. And one guy isn't going to be able to do all that. Yeah, he might be able to take on a sizable portion, but eventually weighted numbers will tell. Eventually you're going to have problems with artillery. That's one of the big problems I always have with the Cthulhu universe, you know. Because, like, I know that the spoony one is not what you would call... We'll do part of one more level, because I want to finish this concept here. And this level here we haven't done yet. I did not even do it in the... Oh, shit, we are completely out of ammo. Maybe this is not a good idea. Like, the spoony one, I know he's not what you would call somebody who's an expert on military tactics or anything like that. But saying that, you know, in the 1920s, that humanity lacked the weapons necessary to fight Cthulhu. Now, Cthulhu can just, you know, regenerate, yeah, I know, but to say that all they had were a single-shot rifle shows a poor understanding of history, military tactics, and a wide variety of other things as well. You know, like you get an artillery howitzer or something like that, that can do a lot of damage. You get, like, you know, machine guns. Machine guns are devastating. So the idea that humanity couldn't take on a few of the smaller Cthulhu griblets is a bit ridiculous, because humanity had weapons at that time that were actually pretty decent. Yeah, the infantry weapons were in many respects limited by bolt-action rifles, but in all reality, you know, even in the 1920s, you had, you know, submachine guns. You had the French actually issued a semi-auto rifle, not in that many numbers, but they had that. You know, the BAR existed, so you had a good number of weapons back then in the individual infantryman's hand that would have been of great utility against a Cthulhu monster of any description. Well, Cthulhu himself probably couldn't be killed, but, you know, there's that. But it's like, people back then, they had some good weapons, you know. And that's one of the other things, like, you got these super characters. Now, if they're indestructible, if they're nigh invulnerable, as the Tick would say, we're not even getting out of the fucking gate here. If they were nigh invulnerable, okay, fine, I could buy that. But, once again, if he isn't, you get some artillery, you get a bomb dropped on him, you know. People aren't quite as weak as they'd say they were. And I could open up a whole bunch of political can of worms I don't want to get into, mainly because I just want to eventually give up on this. Because, man, we're not even getting out of this. I think if I played this a little more strategically, I'd probably survive a little bit better, but, well, it's early in the morning, and I suck. I just suck, and I'm trying to yabber on. It's like, people aren't quite as weak as that, as all that. Well, you know, I will say this, though, before we give up here. I don't understand why people want to be weak. It's like, why do people want to ban guns, ban the fighting arts, ban everything? You know, it's like, do they honestly think criminals are going to care? But anyway, I'm GeneralLotz, and this is a very, very good wand. You know, play it on survival horror. It'll give you a good challenge. Pretty well balanced as far as I can see. I'm just sucking terribly, so don't let my skills reflect poorly on the game. So ultimately, I'm wishing you good Brutal Doom 64, wishing you good Project Brutality, or whatever makes you happy.